Hey guys, it's Carrie Carrico with Carrie Carrico Real Estate, and I'm lucky enough to be here again with Ashley McKenzie Sharpe with Highland Mortgage. And we are going to talk all about tariffs and the economy because tariffs is the only word that we hear. If you turn on the news, you turn on anywhere, everyone's talking about it. Do you agree, Ashley?
Oh, yes. That's all we're hearing about are
Yeah,
tariffs,
yeah,
rate,
definitely.
affordability.
Yeah, I mean, like every every time you turn on the TV, anywhere you go, on the commercials, you hear about tariffs. Buy before the tariffs come in. So I figured, why not like hop on here and chat about tariffs, the economy, what's going on with the market, or what are you seeing in the mortgage world, and so on. So do you want to jump right into it? And
Yeah,
okay,
let's go.
perfect. Because I know you're busy.
Me
And
too.
so what is a tariff? Just to explain to like people out there that maybe don't know what it is.
A tariff is an import tax, right? So
Yeah.
it's a tax that the government charges on goods that are imported from other countries. So it makes the goods a little more expensive to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there any background on putting tariffs? Is there any advantage for us to put tariffs um, on
In,
imports?
in related to real
Any,
estate?
yeah, well, any,
Maybe not
maybe not, but
economically.
in any way, like, do you see any advantage for us as a country to put tariffs? Just curious.
So, I mean, I think down the road we could see more jobs,
Yeah.
right? Here in
Yeah.
America, we come back to manufacturing,
Mhm.
things that we originally were founded upon.
Yeah.
And that could help strengthen our economy.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that's going to be only time will tell.
Yeah, yeah. So, have you seen in your world any ripple effects from the proposed tariffs?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I think that it's taking a little bit of time to really take effect and see the real impact. I think that we will see.
Hmm.
I mean, construction cost is going to go up, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to see the cost of goods go up. Therefore, the cost of homes are going to rise. It's
Hmm.
going to be inflationary. What are
Yeah.
we going to see with interest rates? They're going to have to deal with those. So, I
Yeah.
mean, if we don't come to some kind of, agreement on tariffs, we definitely are going to see some repercussions here soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you. So, what are you kind of seeing in your world in the market? Just like in the like any kind of market update that you have for us? Like, just we figured we'd throw this in between.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I mean, right now, I think that days on market a little bit
Yep.
longer,
A
right?
little bit
Homes are
longer. Yep.
sitting, but we still have people out there who need to buy, right?
Yes.
There's that necessity that they must purchase something, they got to move.
Yeah.
So we are seeing people purchase, they
Mhm.
are getting better deals on properties,
Yes.
and we're seeing a lot more seller concessions on properties, which just means that it's more affordable for those
Mhm.
buyers.
Yeah.
So people are still out there buying. It's just not as many people. It's not that
Yeah.
wave of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I just heard before we hopped on that this year so far, I think we've in Forsyth County, where we're located, that we've had 67 more sales so far this year than we had last year.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, that's a good thing. So, I feel like not as many people are buying, but there are, people are, I think,
I
deciding,
think
hey,
people waited as long as they
yes,
could. And there were so many people that needed to sell and
yeah,
buy during COVID and then the last couple of years. And now they're just like, look, we got to do it. Let's
yeah.
just list our house. Let's sell. Let's move. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because I've got a couple buyers like that and sellers that are like, I've just got to do it. It's time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but it's funny because it's not like they're buying up and it's a fun, buy up purchase or something. It's, I need to buy a house because I've been renting, or I need to buy a house, or we need to.
Because I have 3 kids and I need to move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. That's definitely what I'm seeing. But I mean, it's kind of nice to hear that, there is more sales than last year because last year was really weird. Um, to put it nicely.
let's hope this year continues in this path where we're just
Yeah.
continuing to increase our sales.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And what are you seeing like, mortgage rates right now? What are they hovering around? Because I know
You
it's going to change day by day, but
It
just around.
is
Yeah.
definitely really difficult to pinpoint where the rates are going to land. Right
Mhm.
now, you're sitting in the sixes,
Okay.
solidly. So
Yeah.
government loans, conventional loans, I mean, you're going to be kind of high to mid sixes.
Mhm.
Um, so not awful. It's kind of what we've seen.
Yeah.
We just haven't, we're not really getting that push lower that we keep thinking we're going to see, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. We're hoping for. Yeah. But you never know. I mean, with these tariffs, I don't know what could happen. Um, Have you, I mean, I guess we talked a little bit about proposed, like, will prices increase? Yeah, they will. Do you feel like any of the tariffs talks or the, tariff tension, has had any indirect or direct effect on the mortgage rates or in your world or like what you're hearing behind?
I mean, I think it could, I mean, it's definitely inflationary. So we could see that the government has to step in and they
Yeah.
may have to start, in actually pushing money into the economy to help with inflation, right? I
Yeah.
mean, so we may see the rates come down like we saw during COVID because
Mhm.
they're going to have to do something in order to spur the economy. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they can't just let it
Definitely.
sit like this.
No, they can't. And we can't just keep like in the idea of the cost of goods going up to build a home and then the price going up and then with the interest rate, it's
You're out of
not going to
luck.
work.
I mean,
Yeah.
people cannot afford it.
No. I mean, what did we last time we talked, I think the average uh mortgage payment we were seeing, what were you like, what do you see on the average? Because what I see is like two to
Probably
28.
2,200 to 3,200
Yeah,
on,
that's what
because
I'm saying. Like the
your
2000
price
to
points
3000.
now are what, 300 to 500
Yeah.
for a even a first time home buyer. That's what a lot of people are kind of purchasing in that range.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of house.
Yeah, it's a payment too.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for like 150,000. I mean, the payments I'm looking at, and I'm like, wow.
They're still big.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like 12 to $1,500 a month with your taxes
Yes.
and insurance with a minimal down payment and a
Yes.
rate in the sixes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I see. It shocks me every single time I'm at a closing and I look at it and I'm like, whoa, okay, well, you know, I mean, things cost more for sure. So I definitely, yeah, agree with you on that one. So, have you noticed because you're doing a lot of pre-approvals, buyers' behavior changing with any of the media and the news about tariffs and all the hoopla?
I think there are some people who are still sitting on the sidelines. I think
Yeah,
people are a little bit trepidatious about moving forward and doing this big spend.
yeah,
But again, rent is still so expensive. I
I
think
know.
people are really sitting down and they're looking at their budget and they're like, I mean, it doesn't make sense for us to continue to rent.
Yeah,
We have to go and do something about this. So I do think that there's a lot of people that are still moving towards buying their first home or
yeah,
selling and buying. So, I mean, I think that overall we're going to be okay. It's
yeah.
just, got to see how this whole thing plays out.
Yeah, I think the uncertainty is more stressful to a buyer and well, actually everyone than
Yeah.
actually look at like let's do this or that or let's figure it out. So, I think that uncertainty is really holding people back and some people or making people jump into it. So, I don't know. So that's kind of yeah, we definitely need to figure something out.
Quickly,
Yes.
quickly.
Yes. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you were talking about you're seeing a lot of buyers concessions. And you're seeing that, are you seeing that in all price points or just certain price points on your end? Because you're seeing, you get to see the loans.
You know, I'm still seeing it kind of across the board. There's a few homes right now that I'm actually seeing that are in that 100, 200,000
Hmm.
purchase price range.
Yeah.
Those seem to be hopping. I mean,
Yes.
those are hot. If there's a house that's listed for 150 to 250,
Yep.
they're grabbing those up
Yep.
and they are not having a lot of concessions.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
I know that sounds odd, but the lower price point, everybody wants to get their hands on. But then when you're getting into that 3 to 6
Yeah.
range, I'm seeing more concessions, more seller
Yeah.
paid closing costs, longer closing dates, just overall lower prices. What are you seeing? Are you seeing the same
So
thing?
I'm seeing the exact same thing. So my theory goes back, like always what I say, if you price the home right, and I've priced a couple of homes, and I've some of them have been 250 and under. Actually, quite a few of them that I'm thinking of. One of them was a complete, it needed to be renovated. I listed it, now that needed to be renovated, but it was priced correctly. But I mean, I ended up with 13 offers, 80 showings in like 2 days. I had to cut it off.
Yeah.
The sellers did extremely well. 75 over I mean, it was insane. But I mean, I had three offers like that too. So it wasn't like a one hit wonder offer. It was like three. The other houses I'm seeing under 250, they are moving. I am having some multiple offers, but they're very hot. So not a ton of concessions either, at all. Maybe a little bit, but not really anything. So I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that
Those
one.
homes, that price point
Yeah.
really helps with affordability, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's where our first time home buyers used to be able to purchase their home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Now it's really
I
difficult.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I guess if what I'm seeing is if you price it correctly and you market it correctly, it'll sell relatively
Quickly.
fast. Yeah. Relatively. Yeah. I mean, these homes, I think the ones I'm thinking about, they all sold within like a week and a half, that we're under contract in.
And see,
Um,
that's amazing.
yeah.
That takes the stress off of the seller. I mean, that's the
Mhm.
goal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But and yeah, some of the higher ones I will say that we are seeing a little bit more concessions, but not I mean, not super crazy. But yeah,
No,
definitely. Yeah, more normal, I would say. Um,
still a reasonable market. I
yeah.
just think people are becoming a little more cautious.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what advice would you give to buyers that are worried about like the rising interest rates, the rising cost of new construction? I mean, what are you saying now?
I mean, I still think that if it is something that is affordable, it makes sense for your budget,
Hmm.
it's still a good time to buy.
Yeah,
Homes are priced well. You're
yeah,
getting a lot more concessions. You have time to close. You have seller paid closing cost.
yep,
The interest rates aren't crazy. And again, you still have the option to refinance in the future. I mean, you
yeah.
can own a home for 6 months and refinance. So that's something that you really do need to keep in mind. Take the rate.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's something that I think, even as a real estate agent, I think we need to keep educating our buyers about that. Hey, you're not stuck here because I know
No,
you've helped me with a couple of buyers, and they really like honestly thought that they were going to have to wait like a year and a half before they refinance, and we're like, no, you can write, let's do it quickly. So. Yeah, I think that's important to educate everybody. Anything else that you're seeing in the market?
no, not really.
Hmm.
I'm glad we're still busy. Everybody, let's not go crazy and buy out all of the toilet paper.
Yes, that was my exact thought. I heard the news today, and I am the person, I'm telling you, like COVID, I probably would, I almost died if it wasn't for my sister because I'm not good at like I don't store a bunch of things. And I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to order toilet paper and paper towels and food because I will die if we have a zombie apocalypse or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I will be the one that dies because
Yeah,
I don't have any food or any toilet
no one
paper.
ply.
I have nothing. I'm better after COVID. I am a lot better, but still, like I heard the news this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, order it now.
Moving. I bet that report everybody's buying toilet paper. I can't
I
wait. I haven't been
know.
on Amazon yet, but
I
to see.
know. I know. I'm like freaking out. That is exactly like I was like, oh my gosh, no, we don't need this. You don't
Toilet paper and bounty.
Yes, you do not need to buy 50 million things of toilet paper and like every piece of food and like product in the grocery store. I can't handle that. Like,
Mac and
luckily,
cheese.
yes. Luckily, I like Mexican food because they don't typically buy all the tortillas. So I scored.
A little chips and salsa.
Yeah, I'll just live on chips and salt. That's exactly what I'll live on because
I'm here for it.
yeah, that's typically not all sold out, so I might survive on that, but
Be
everything else
careful.
will be gone. So, anyways, I will be buying toilet paper though because
Yeah. Please go stock up.
yeah, at
I'm
least
buying
get
enough
it.
for you and me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My sister had during COVID, she had to give me toilet paper because we had none.
Carrie, oh my gosh.
No.
Go place an order now.
She was like, "Come on, Carrie, you're so ridiculous. You have nothing." I'm like, "I don't." So yeah, she had to give it to me. Like, I think she had to go to Costco and fight for it.
That's a good sister.
Yeah, I know, I know. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But I really hope we don't get back to that because that will
No,
suck.
it was bad. No
You
more
know, but
lockdown.
yeah, yeah. But well, I'm glad that you're kind of just seeing like nothing's crazy yet. But I do think they really need to figure something out soon. And because
Trying to
I
do
think the
something.
anticipation is freaking people out, you
Yeah,
know.
it
And
definitely is.
yeah, and I
Mm.
feel yeah, it's bad.
We're talking about toilet paper again.
I know. And me dying. Like
You dying
it's like I have nothing.
on Mexican food.
I'm Mexican food. Yeah.
Tortillas.
Yeah, I will end up eating that. Like the last what I did the last time because like everything is gone,
Oh,
and I work all the time. In COVID, we did not stop working. You
I
and I.
know.
So it did
It is
not change.
definitely the heat is on when things like this happen for us, but
Yeah. Yeah. And then we don't get to go to the grocery store like normal people. And my sister's fighting for toilet paper for me.
what a good sis. Love your
I
sister.
know, I know. We had a conversation about that, how we're used to you and I talk about all the time, about how we are used to having siblings around. And
Yes.
she was like, do you think, we were talking about it and she's like, do you think it's normal? I'm like, Kara, like we have like nine siblings. And I was telling her that you and I have this conversation because you have a twin and other sisters. And I was like, that's just how we are wired. Then like,
Yes.
yeah,
Family.
yeah,
Sisters, brothers. Those are
yeah,
our besties.
yeah. And how like you and I do not mind like the idea of codependency with our siblings because that's what we're used to. So
So true.
yeah. And then we
So
like
true.
we like being around people because that's what we're used to.
Yeah. We shared rooms. I
Yes.
always shared a room
Yeah.
with
And
my
we,
twin.
yes, exactly. And we've always, like, if you think about it, we've always grown up with somebody.
Oh yeah. We didn't go
Yeah.
on vacations where I didn't have a friend, right? You didn't
Yeah.
even like you went and all of your besties were right there. Called your
Exactly.
sis.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We were having like a long conversation about that. And like, think about it. Like, we have like almost a baseball team. Like, you know,
You guys do.
we do. Yeah. Yeah. And
We're at
so,
4. You're at 9.
yeah, I know, nine altogether. Yeah, we're all over. But yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, so we could always like there's always somebody to talk to. You're never alone. Um, but anyways, but yeah, we had a conversation. It was so funny. I was like, oh, I have to tell Ashley that you,
Yes.
yeah. I was like, no, she gets it. You and I talk about it all the time.
Oh
So
yeah. I love your
yeah.
sis.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, I appreciate you coming on here because I know you're super busy today. And I'm grateful that we got to talk about what's going on in the economy and all about tariffs because it is such a hot topic and everyone keeps talking about it. But any other last, you know, advice you would give to buyers or sellers?
Not really. Get out
Okay.
there, get pre-approved, call
Yeah.
Carrie, call us. Let's
Yeah.
let's get you guys moved in
Yeah.
before the rates drop. Dun,
Yes.
dun.
Because when they drop, it's on.
Gone.
Yeah, it will be too. It'll be crazy again. So, and then it'll go into multiple offers again, everything. So yeah, which, it'll be okay. It'll be good.
That'd
So,
be
but
great.
anyways, well, I appreciate you coming on and all Ashley's information will be below in the comments. You can also DM me or to get Ashley's info and you will be able to find one of us and I will hook you up with Ashley. So thank you again, Ashley. And I hope you have a great day. And I guess we will talk soon.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.